Hey everybody, welcome back. Doing some catching up on some of the other vehicles because I'm always on the Ram all the time. But that's just because that's something I'm driving every day, and there's more going on with it at the time because of the season here. But we're gonna go over. I'd say I've had this. I've had the CTS-V for a little over a year, and when I bought it, I pretty much did everything to it right away. So this is like my year review of this of the parts and the setup that I have. First, anyone that follows pretty much knows what I have done, but so we have the LSA stock long block with a BTR Stage 1 cam, the comp shaft rocker setup that uses the stock type rockers. Those are awesome. The Magnuson 2650 here, 95 millimeter throttle body, air raid intake. As you can see here, 80 millimeter pulley up top. There's a 10% down low. Underneath here is the controller for the aux fuel pump, which I used a top hat for that does not require drilling the gas tank. And way down in there is the American Racing headers with cats and the stock exhaust with QTP cutouts. The car is on the outside super dirty just because I haven't had a chance to get it to the car wash, but we have the trunk tank with the pump that's integrated into the tank. Obviously it's easily removable. Right now it's got a 50-50 mix, and these hoses run to the front, and this really doesn't take up much trunk space, and it is in the way right here, but I have easily put stuff over it. It's not that big of a deal. There is a drain right here for that. We got the carbon fiber rear deck spoiler, and on the front from the same guy, I got the front splitter. This is a nice sized catch can mounted right above the brake booster. This has a drain that goes under the car, so when I change the oil, I can just open the valve up and drain it out. But last time I did it, there's hardly anything in it, so it wasn't too bad. This is my valve setup. This one that's blue, when you open it up, and then you close the two red handles, that will bypass all of the stuff up front and just run the ice tank in the back straight to the blower and right back to the tank. When I close the blue and open the reds, it runs through the whole system normally, through the front heat exchanger, and that way the tank is just the reserve in the trunk. As the suspension goes, I just changed out the stock struts in the front and the back with OEM. So they're straight from GM, the stock mag ride setup. That's pretty much it, other than and one more thing, the E85. There's the sensor right there. That's DSX. My 1 year review with this car, pretty much like this. It's perfect daily driver, and I mean perfect. Like, there's no surging, there's no nothing. It almost sounds stock idle with that cam in it. My estimated power, I'm going to say, is around 8 to the tire. I was at 700 on 14 pounds of boost on 93, and since then I've added E85 and I'm at 17 pounds. So I'm going to say I'm close to 800. And to drive this car, I mean, if it wasn't for the weather, I could drive it every day. It's seamless. It feels like a regular, everyday, normal car when you're driving it until you open it up. So this thing has been sitting for a couple days. This thing does really good in the winter. I can let it sit for a month and it cranks over just fine. Like my vet used to be dead all the time after 2 weeks. I have what they call a dash logic, which plugs into the diagnostic port, and you just leave it there. And you can set it for different things. I just have it for, you know, some stuff that I wanted to see. But like this 22%, that is the E85 content right now, and you can cycle through. I want to say I can add descriptions, but 61 degrees should be the intercooler temperature, and 46 is the actual air intake temperature sensor. There's your timing. The top is retard, the bottom is the actual advance right now. There's digital boost there. I never really used that, but I can change, like I said, you can change all this. I was using this when I was tuning it a little bit just so I could, you know, see it as I drive without the laptop. That's oil pressure. I'm not sure what that temperature is. I have to look and see what they are, because I think I can add descriptions next to it to make it easier for myself. As for the shifting tuning, I left it stock except for in manual, which is like this, and kick it over like in the sport and pull it back. Now it's in manual 1, and I have manual 1 to shift at certain miles per hour. That's exactly about 6,700 RPM. And so when I'm at the track, I just put it in 1, and I just hit the gas, and it does everything for me. Shifts exactly the same every time. And this way, I didn't have to mess with the shift tables in automatic mode at all. Never used the cutouts more than just in the garage, because I haven't been able to drive it. So this will be like the first time I open them up, which I'll do when I get out on the road out there. I'm right by the neighbor's house right now. But I did a video with the Mustang, which was a totally different story as far as sound, because you're not really having a hard time hearing me compared to that car. I pulled a couple degrees timing from the E85 on the regular gas. I left the E85 the way it was, but on 93 I pulled a couple degrees out from when it was on the dyno, because when I dropped a smaller pulley on it, I left the timing where it was. Didn't have any retard, so I left it alone. But on 93 I wasn't sure, so just to be safe I pulled some out. So we're going down the road about 60 miles an hour, and there's no issues whatsoever. Drivability, it's nice and quiet. Open these things up. Yeah, that's quite a bit of difference. Let's see what we sound like here. because I cannot hear this thing when I'm running other guys. It just kind of sucks. But yeah, it's the first time I've heard it. It's the first time I heard it this loud ever. I think I'm down with that. Some with the window down. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now let's quiet it up. And that's it. That's excellent. So another thing I wanted to talk about with this 2650 is, you know, people were saying you don't need it, blah blah blah. You know, I'll tell you what. At 17 pounds of boost and being at the track, even before I added the ice tank, this thing never got over 140 degrees on a pull, ever. And that was before the ice tank. With the ice tank now, you know, I'll be running not even 100 degrees, maybe just barely over 100 through the quarter mile, maybe 110. And for the kind of racing we do, it's like a street kind of thing. That's excellent, you know. And if I don't ice the tank down, it won't go over 140, which is perfect for what I built the car for. So whether it needs it or not, I'm not spinning this blower hardly at all. I still can go down to a 70 millimeter front top pulley, and I can go up on the lower still quite a bit. So, and I don't plan on doing that. Maybe if I get a set of heads and stuff like that and get some more flow, I might just bring the boost up to make it even where I'm at now. But that is why I did it. I don't feel nothing lost down low, anything like that. It just doesn't heat soak, not even a little bit. So that is the reason. For if there's any reason, that's the reason. This blower is not spinning mad crazy in order to get the boost. So to me, this car is excellent for a daily driver and just being pretty damn fast. I know that on non-prep surface, I'm running mid-10s. So I don't know what it will do on a prep surface. I mean, 10.0 or 990, I think. I don't think that's out of the question. Mile per hour wise, as of right now, I'm hitting about 136, 137, which should put me there. So back in the garage, yeah. So like I said, thing's a great driver. I like this car more than my Z06 just because it feels like way more of a dual purpose car. Probably because it's automatic and the fact that there's more room when you sit in it compared to the Vet. I mean, the Vet wasn't that bad, a C6, but this does have more room. And then there's a back seat. You know, not that, I don't know, I haven't had a person sit back there. I don't know how bad it is, but maybe I'll do something on that one day, but it's not really that important. There'll probably never be anybody sitting back there. But no, it's been, this whole setup is perfect. So I don't know what else to ask for except maybe a little more. My plans are probably a set of heads, ported heads, studs, and I have to bump up the fuel injectors because these aren't enough to go any farther. That's right now I'm at the wall, so I can't do anything. Well, I'm at the wall on E85, but I kind of am at the wall at 93 too because I can't really push it much more. So E80 on E85, the injectors heads, and if I do lose any boost, I'll drop. I'm probably going to add to the lower pulley just to get me back to about 17, 18 where I'm at, and then that is it. I don't. That's probably pushing it, to the max, but that's where I want to be, and I don't want to change the drivability of the car. So I am so glad I went with that stage one because I could care less about that choppy sound. I just want it to go. So if there's any questions on this car, anybody wants to know anything, I did a video pretty much on everything I did to it, but if there's any questions anyone has, just get me in the comments and I'm pretty quick to answer within probably an hour most of the time. So please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.